mind, 6,000 years ago. Does that make you stop and think? And it does. Many kids are taught the world is millions and millions of years old. You know, that's why you have these fossils and this and that. But it wasn't millions and millions of years ago. It was only like about 6,000 years ago. But when you're in school and stuff, they teach you these things and you sort of can't argue with them about it, because then you'll end up getting a bad grade probably. But you know the truth. It wasn't made millions and millions of years ago, only about 6,000. And Jesus has been gone from us about 2,000, maybe a little over 2,000. Because there was a lot of things that happened in the Old Testament, about 4,000 years of stuff before Jesus even came. Okay? So, and it means you have heard teachers, okay. And the Bible teaches us the world is really only about 6,000 years old. That's still a long, long time, but a lot less than millions of years of scientists to claim that's true. Many scientists and teachers believe the earth is really old because they do not believe in the Bible. And that's the reason why they think that they're taking science over the Bible. God created science. So, you know, he's sort of over that too. He's over everything. So, it says, it's like, Bella, do you believe in the Bible?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Tyler?
100%.
Me? Absolutely. John?
Yep.
Yep. So what the Bible tells me is true. Even though they might teach you something at school that's different, you still know the truth in your heart and in your mind. We have, and you know, and that's faith. We have to have faith and believe in this in the Bible. So, let me go over to the next page here. And it was like, how many times did you think, okay, it says, in the verses, all the verses that we just read, how many times do you think that God was speaking about, either he said created or he's thinking about the word creating? How many times y'all think he said it in those verses that we just read?
A lot.
24 times. 24. 24 in just those verses that we read. He referred to creating, or he said the word creating or created. It says, finally, when you look at finally when you look at verse 26, it says the last thing in the chapter, and almost in that chapter, well, almost, we're not really completely done. But the last thing he did was making man. And in that one verse, let's see, it says, as we read creation Bible, we see 8 different times in 6 days that creation spoke about creating things. Okay, it says, doesn't it seem so incredible and exhausting? Here's a good question. Doesn't it seem so incredible and just exhausting? I mean, seriously. Making the heavens and the earth, wouldn't that be an exhausting job to do?
Yeah.
And on the last day, he rested. We haven't really got to that part. That's day 7. It says, do you think God was tired and that's why he said we need to rest? No. Do you think God's tired? I'm going to put it this way. It says, why God wasn't tired or worn out. And the reason is he didn't get tired during the creation of the world, But why did he do that for saying we rest on the seventh day? Meaning man shouldn't have to work all the time, 7 days a week, 30 days in the month, 31 days in the month, just work. Man's a physical body, needs to rest. So that's why he made that. God knows everything. Even when he put the first star up there, he knew he was going to make me.
Mm-hmm.
He already knew this. When he put the moon up there, Bella, he already knew he was going to make you. When he put the sun up there, he knew he was going to make you. That's just, he already knew everything that's going to happen. It says the first chapter of Genesis lays it right out there for us. God created it all, and he did so with his voice. He didn't sit there and just he didn't do this. He didn't say, okay, Bella, I got a ball and I got a big piece of clay and I'm going to make a ball. He spoke and there it was. But I find it interesting when we go in more into about the way he made man, was he formed him in the dirt and all that. We'll learn a little more about that later on. But I see God taking his hands and forming man out of the dirt.
That'd be hard.
Yeah.
Like to make it realistic.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
To make him look just like that.
Even if you were to try to do the shoe ring, that'd be almost impossible.
Exactly. So, just how great is God? Really great.
My art teacher can draw really good, but I don't think that good.
No, I agree with you there. I agree with you there. So now, everybody, we only got 3 more verses that we're going to read, but we're going to switch over and we're going to go to Hebrews. So find Hebrews. We already have it. Look it up how you all do. Go to the beginning of the Bible. New Testament. It's in the New Testament. Find Hebrews. And Hebrews, I did it out in a minute. There's a joke about Hebrews. Oh, why is it that a husband should always get up and make the coffee of a morning? Because he brews.
Hebrews.
Hebrews. You get it?
I get that one.
You get it now? Okay. Okay, so now we're going to go into Hebrews. And I'm just going to let you read it, and then I'll go ahead and it's just 1, 2, and 3. It's all we're going to be reading. And then we'll be coming to a close. So here until after I get done summarizing. So go ahead.
All right. Verse 1 says, God who is at sundry times and in divers manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom he made the worlds, who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged our sins, sat down on the right hand of the majesty on high.
Okay. So basically what this is saying is having faith means that we are sure of what we hope for or do not see. We can't know or experience anything without God. Some things require faith. Even if God chose to allow us to see Him completely, we wouldn't be able to handle it. Because, way back with Moses, he had to turn his head away. God told him to turn his face away because he couldn't handle it. But when we get into the Adam and Eve thing, there's something there about God walking in the midst of the garden with Adam, which is really, really cool. But that was before the apple thing, so we'll see. We simply aren't able to think or process anything about God because we are human and without the capability of being like that. So faith is our key. Faith is needed because we weren't there at the creation of the world to see it being formed and God's command of all these things not visible to us. So in the book of Genesis, it provides us the history, and then in the New Testament, it acknowledges it, the history.
It would be really hard to sit there for a full 7 days watching it form.
Exactly.
That'd be really hard.
It really, seriously.
Like you'd probably want to do something.
It's like, give me a bottle of water, please, while I'm still sitting here.
Exactly.
You know? Okay, so let's go back to our big idea one more time. And let's all say it together. God spoke and everything was created. So excited about this. I just think this is just awesome what we're going to be doing this for the next 4 Sundays. The creation is so cool, showing us where we come from and the truth about the creation. So you know that we didn't come from monkeys, like some of them think they do. Some people think they believe that. And the earth is not millions and millions and millions of years old. It's only about 6,000. That's it. So, let's go back to our challenges. So we have a winner for the Christian slide. So now I need a winner for the other one, and that's my phone going off, so sorry. Sorry. I usually silent it, and I'm bad. Not thinking about it. But you all still have the one that, what is it in the house? Something in the house.
Board in the house.
Board in the house, thank you.
And
Bella, you were supposed to remind me. I'll tell you what, I was lost to death last week without you. Bella keeps me on my toes. So, board in the house. I need you all to send me a video this week of it, and let's see who the winner is. And I tell you what, Austin won this first one. He's going to get a gift card from somewhere. And whoever does the next one, I'll do a gift card also. It's probably going to be to a restaurant. McDonald's or something or other. Matter of fact, I'll find out from Austin what his favorite place is to eat and get him a little small gift card. And so he's getting a trophy and a gift card. Way to go, Austin. We'll see you all next week. So I burped. I'm sorry.
I'm actually pretty excited to see who wins the challenge because.
Well, you know, you could be doing them.
I'm not good at rapping. I've already tried to do it on Roblox. If I can't do it on Roblox, I cannot.
Okay.
you got this.
Oh, come on. You know that.
Yeah. So, board in the house. The rap song. I want to see some videos next week sent to me, please. And love you all. Stay safe. And hopefully we'll be back together pretty soon. And Tyler, thanks for sitting in with us.
Thanks for having me.
So, if we start just filming these, we'll talk about it in a minute.
Yeah.
You can start coming and being here every time, so, till we get back into church. So, love you all. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.